Hello everyone! Today I'm going to give you a brief introduction to the Cloud-Bricks.net virtualization platform. The first topic I want to talk about is what is exactly Cloud-Bricks. Maybe you're familiar with the concept of a public cloud, like Amazon Web Services or Microsoft Azure. In a public cloud, your virtual machines will run on servers sharing resources such as CPU, memory, and disk with other customers of the cloud. So you depend on your provider to guarantee performance, security, and isolation of your network. Well, Cloud-Bricks is a private cloud hosting provider. The idea of a private cloud is to have your own network of virtual machines on dedicated hardware, that is, without sharing any resources with other users. In this first screen, you can see all the resources I have in my private cloud. I can see the allocation of CPU, memory, and storage. In this screen, I can monitor my disk space usage. Now let's give a look to the virtual machines management system. In this screen, I can see all virtual servers I currently have in my cloud. Creating a new virtual machine is pretty easy. Just click on New Virtual Machine. All I have to do is to assign a name for my virtual server. Let's call it My VM. I must assign the number of vCPUs and the amount of RAM memory I want for my server. Create a hard drive and assign an IP address, and that's it. Now I must choose the operating system I want. As you can see, I have several choices. Let's use Red Hat Enterprise Linux. In this moment, the cloud system is installing the operating system I choose into my virtual server. This process is actually very fast. It takes less than 1 minute to get my virtual machine up and running. As you can see here, I can watch the screen of my virtual server directly in my web browser without installing any additional client software. Well, after the operating system is installed, I must configure it. Let's assign a root password. Now the configuration wizard will start. As this is a Red Hat system, I will be able to log into my Red Hat account using the subscription manager. I can also configure the system clock and time zone and choose the appropriate language for the system. After all configurations are complete, the server is restarted. Let's wait a few seconds for the operating system to start. And now the restart is complete. I can log in using the password I just assigned. My server is ready to work. Now I'm back in the virtual machines screen and I will click on the virtual server I just created. In this screen, I have many tools to manage my virtual machine. For example, I can turn it off. I can also change its configuration by allocating new resources, like adding more CPUs, change the amount of RAM, change the hard drive size, or even add more IP addresses. Also, I have the possibility to create firewall rules, to control network access to my server. I can also use this icon here to clone the virtual machine in order to create an exact copy of it for backup or testing purposes. I can also migrate this virtual server from one physical node to another. if I have a big cloud with many servers. Here is the button I can use to connect to the virtual machine screen as I previously showed. This icon can be used to monitor all the statistics from my virtual server. This tool here allows me to reinstall the operating system if I need to do so. This one gives me access to the backup system so I can keep copies of my important files and folders. This icon here allows me to create snapshots in order to save the current status of my virtual hard drives. And finally, this tool is just to delete any virtual server if I don't need it anymore. I just described very quickly the main tools available to manage your virtual machines in the Cloud-Bricks platform. If you want to know more, please watch other videos I post to describe each individual feature or take a look at the links in the video description. In my other videos, you will learn how to access the statistics system, manage the system security using the firewall and the intrusion prevention system. I will also show how to configure networking with VLANs and configure remote access using the VPN functionality. We will learn how to manage the storage subsystem and how to configure websites, email servers, and FTP servers. Please watch my next videos in order to get a full detailed information of each individual functionality that the Cloud-Bricks Virtualization platform has to offer. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.